Welcome to my lovely IHP community and the 5D collective. We have our lovely food for thought channeled guidance messages with that, which is a number of animal spirit guide cards that I got laid out, and that was during our equinox and over the weekend. I've mentioned them in a number of our videos, so if you're new, you can stick around. Of course, here 5D Mystic Mentor with self-help, personal development for those who are securely attached, non-traumatized, so they can metabolize thoughts and emotions with the two sides of the brain. It's an integrated brain and a restorative, embodied, self-aware, accountable, regulating life. So the people who are here are inner adults, but we have our inner child. So functional child adults, Christ consciousness. It's an honor. I grew up with Jesus to continue, although I'm not welcomed by all with, Jesus, Holy Spirit, and God, the ones who are divisive, but it's okay. We got it. Cognitive dissonance and structural dissociation happen. So we leave it alone. The good therapists are out there letting anybody know who wants to choose love that they can. And those who don't, I already met them all as a kid, and God just keeps telling me to stop judging human suffering. So with that, I leave anybody who wants to go around. Ciao, ciao. Here, it's all about a high called our anchored in ventral energy, which is why we're always happy inside. Not for pretend, for real. And yes, we have all those other emotions too. The difference is I know how to do it mindfully, which is why they last, 60 seconds? It depends, 90 seconds. But my point is, you will know of this when you have a restorative, embodied, self-aware, accountable, regulating life by choice, and you do mindfulness and mind sight on purpose by choice. And you don't think resiliency means I have to put up with shit. No. Every time you actually have the opportunity to bring forth the mental, emotional, physical activity of you, you're like, wow, I'm amazed. And so the pretenders, I know who they are. The ones who understand what it means to have inner and outer well-being are the ones who are going to be here because they want to be their true self, not a paused fake self. And those are facades that we get to make fun of because they're also cowards who leave their children to rot in hell inside their self-loathing, gut-wrenching, dysregulated, modulated embodiment. So I'm not here to convince anybody to have to be restorative. Nope, I am living it, and actively I know who's not, and I don't point fingers because my mother taught me it's bad manners. So with that being said, again, we here at IHP, I am a 5D mystic empowered woman, yes, also feminine, which is why we don't bullshit anyone. And we're straight shooters. We also know how masculines can waste anyone's time because they're dysregulated feminines, but they do have fun with each other as they date each other, and that's all the unfinished business, people. So once again, 3D 4D has some place to go, yes, and we do too. Here it is, grounding in the wisdom of a dragonfly as you rise above the ashes like a phoenix. You are grounding in the wisdom of the dragonfly. Please, again, channel guidance, food for thought. Just pretend it's poetry. And that's better for any one of you who doesn't believe in the mystic stuff. I'm cool with the woo-woo-ness, although I take seriously what I do, but you can't prove any of this. And so when I hear my spiritual compadres and all those people, we're going to prove spiritual, like they don't know that scientists are actually choosing that they want to disprove reality with AI. So we have sciences and spiritual people who completely have decided not to take themselves seriously and to get an integrated brain and a restorative, embodied, self-aware, accountable, regulated life. So once again, please, the ones of us who I love to love, and my baby, he loves to dance and love and live and learn and expand and not cast stones, because egos that are smart, we get to figure it out. The empty vases, yeah, it's completely going to be talked about in our next episode. So please, again, we'll be back with that one for later. In the meantime, you are grounding in the wisdom of the dragonfly as you rise above the ashes like a phoenix. A phoenix rises within you every day, bringing to your emotional and mental plane a golden egg that anchors in your long-term journey of physical mastery and you being you. Alongside this wisdom comes the owl's foresight. And with your thoughts and feelings, it tells you of what lies behind you in your past, before you in the now, and ahead of you in the future. You bring to life every day the wisdom that you embody. You do it in tiny ways like a small mouse and in fiery ways like a fiery firefly. You soar the heights with it like an eagle and scout the terrain with it like a deer. And like the swan and the crow, you explore its beauty and its lure. Of that which is light and dark, you bring forth a newfound wisdom made of the colors of the rainbow, and are able to explore and merge the two together. Through this practice, you create a string of pearls to carry this wisdom of sparkles and sprinkles into the sky, to the depths of the sea, to the solid ground, to the air in its entirety. In the depths of the sea, you find more strings of pearls of wisdom. You find them within the hard-shelled oysters that lie in the smooth and choppy waters at the bottom of the ocean. Their hidden wisdom, you navigate through the abyss, and like a fish who easily flows the waters, you uncover hidden gems and treasures. As you continue this infinite expansion of consciousness through the wisdom that navigates the emotional, mental, and physical ocean's currents, like notes of music played with the strings of your guitar, your newfound song creates a cosmic egg that adds to your golden egg. You find yourself invigorated and energized, ready for more of what's to come in your infinite higher human consciousness potential experience. Like the tentacles of an octopus or a starfish, the cosmic egg's wisdom permeates itself inside you and across every rock and piece of dirt where you find lizards and peacocks lying. As the peacocks shine in their full glory and the lizards sunbathe, you find their egos to be as yours, flexible, adaptable, mutable, and navigating the golden and cosmic egg's wisdom with the sharpness of a scorpion. Your sharp scorpion skills are an integrated brain that is able to embrace the golden and cosmic egg's wisdom, creating an additional egg, a black egg. A trio of wisdom is born from this, which further expands you. In the black egg's darkness lies additional unknown gems and pearls of wisdom that you will carry as a lone wolf, but share with any pack that crosses your path. This trio of eggs' wisdom can sting like a stingray and light you up like a rainbow, activating all your energy centers, which further expands consciousness within you. It replenishes your energetic field, and like a camel hump's energy reserve replenishes the camel through a long desert's crossing, so does your ventral vagal state with you being anchored in ventral energy. The crossing of a desolate desert can feel like the depths of the ocean, navigated by the great whale who is able to flow the depths of the seas and ocean, whether calm or stormy, without getting lost or missing out on important details. The power of your restorative embodiment, resilient, chosen life. With an expanded energy body and a mature emotional, mental, and physical plane, you soar the skies like a little hummingbird and embody the uniqueness of a unicorn in the midst of rabbits and panthers. You carry the hummingbird's messages of colors and good news farther than just the skies and the land and the deserts and the seas. So goes for the wisdom of the unicorn that you will carry through spirit, air, fire, water, and earth for as long as you please. At the core of all wisdom is you, and your choice of what you've gained in life by choosing you, and to be yourself. So be you, mindful and flawed with integrity, and remember integrity. It means what other people say about you doesn't matter, but you should not be ashamed of what you have done. And this is where the secrets of the universe and spirituality simplified. Yes, this is a life of people who are self-aware, accountable, and regulating in their ventral vagal state. That's because you're choosing to become a functional child adult. So integrated brain, it means that you have the prefrontal cortex, and that life, personal development, and spiritual growth come because the motivational wisdom that has come to every single person's ear who cares is that your heaven in the body is you being able to have self-compassion, because you can regulate your nervous system actively. And your 0-1 attached panicky, 3 to 7 shame submissive are no longer in attached panicky or shame submissive. And so you know how to tend to your own self. Safe haven, secure base. This is not for pretend. This is called secure attachment. And you're also non-traumatized because metabolizing emotions is easy when you are able to focus that attention, and then in the maximum uncertainty of awareness, oh look, I got shit coming up. And then with kind intention, which is land of neutrality and duality, this is also the land for me with God and those who don't have God. It's called, I can know that unknowns, uncertainties, unexpecteds happen. I'm not going to whine about it because I don't have to. Resiliency in the restorative, embodied, self-aware, accountable, regulating. That's why all of this and whatever I bring to you is going to consistently harness what I know my body is experiencing. I didn't need yoga because I already had a ventral vagal that I was toning because I said yes to Jesus, God, Holy Spirit, and open-heartedness. But I said yes to being born. Basically, no, that's what happened. I was born with a twin. So I have genetics and other things that are something that I am able to say I got lucky. But I can also say neuroplasticity. It actually helps you to integrate. If you use the land of imagination with self-compassion, neutrality and duality and become an actual functional, very bare minimum adult of yourself. So with that, again, inner and outer well-being, our mindset with the inner growth that I get to share if you want it here, mindfulness and mindsight skills, because you can sift sensations, images, feelings, thoughts without projecting or using any bad maladaptive habits like drinking, drugging, fucking, inner outer critic, things that create, no, they prolong suffering, they have you stalling, and you basically just stagnate in one of those other one soul age groups, but even just in a low frequency for no other reason except for you're not choosing to do something that can lead yourself to become whole and owned by you. Okay, so energy body is actively something that I will tell you as a Reiki practitioner and Akashic record reader. I can work on your energy body, and I have done this. And there are plenty of people that I have seen completely wire themselves shut in their shame, blame, fault, revenge little buttons, which is completely sad. That's it. To know that people I love are stagnating in a pool of their own trauma charges is completely not fancy prancy, and it ain't no evil shit. It's a person who has low self-esteem, and that's why my facade friend, mwah, I thank him to death. Thanks to him, I do not waste any of this. I watch. I walk a walk, not talk a talk, I'll hear you talk. The minute you begin to flip-flop, I'm just going to watch you walk, because that's what's going to count. I'm going to not hear you the same way, because you do it once, it's called inconsistent. You do it twice, it's inconsistent again. You do it the third time, I know what I'm hearing, and I'm hearing inconsistency. So I don't need to pay any more attention to the words. I'm just going to see what you get to do. Fear doesn't win, but it has a place in the unfolding of life, self, human evolution, and consciousness. You choose life, limited consciousness, and self in protection when you choose fear. That's our 3D, 4D Earth's collective. They will choose to follow fancy man and woman in suit and anybody else who tells them that the modern day therapists are bad. And they will also choose to use all of their other words like spiritual warfare, mental warfare, and a bunch of more that only actually go to the ears of the same human beings who don't know how to be grown-up versions of themselves. Because an integrated brain is a grown-up version of a person. Means I don't take just what I like. I take all of it because I know data versus what is data with taintedness. Data with taintedness is still good. It's an interpretation. I'm interpreting right now. Data means empirical. It doesn't have a second guessing, because otherwise you're going to refute all of it. This is fine. But don't talk to a mystic about pseudoscience woo-ness if you tell me neuroscience is bullshit. As you hear neuroscientists come together as a panel of experts, that they can chase each other. They chase, I know all about this, by the way. I learn from people who are smart, and they actually have colleagues who don't care to educate and empower people. And so snooty people are none of our interest, because they are fearful due to the fact that they're also stingy with information. If you're gonna notice a liar, it'll be sooner than later, because the minute you're trying to hold me back, or your nervous system speaking to me. So I know I got an attached panicky who didn't claim their position yet with their 3-7-year-old, and so defectiveness is what you rule with, which is where, again, egos are very easily spottable by an empowered feminine, because we have our own empowered masculine. The difference is mine is empowered. When you have an empowered masculine, they have an empowered feminine. So they don't play tricks. They actively are going to be consistently doing things like the empowered feminine, which is why we're going to be talking about that next. You choose life, expansion of consciousness, and self in connection when you choose love. This is our Earth's 5D collective. It's not a special place, actually. Robert Sapolsky, with his book Determined, says people have no free will. So according to him, it's just going to be those of us who are Christ consciousness, oneness consciousness, integrated brains, emotional, mental, physically mature people that want to do this stuff, and or just want to hear about like-minded people, because that's exactly what I'm doing right now. It's hey, what you doing? Okay, so the channeled guidance, food for thought messages that Maria shares as a 5D mystic mentor, content creator, podcast host is for enlightening people who are empowered, not people who are looking for the next Peter Pan or Wendy to follow. Those are all people that I get to actually point out and make fun of here. No, I don't spell out their names. I just make fun of them with new cartoons. No, they're old cartoons, but basically the new stories that I get to use, because really, if Lucifer even existed, what I'm going to say right now is, man, you got cowards on your side. I don't have anything to say to you at all, except for, wow, I already told God about this, and now that I know neuroscientists, and I am a mystic, I mean, I realize that people who come from where I came don't all actually take us as people of faith, but I am of faith, which is why to this day I'm always like, wow, this is, if I had the opportunity to go back to my younger self, I was like, hey, guess what? You just wait. You're gonna get to go through shit you never even imagined in a million years that you would go through shit. I mean, this is seriously, an empowered feminine can tell you we don't have saga or fucking drama with a masculine. You want to know what happens? Again, I will calm down. That's all. I plead the fifth. The 5D Collective are mystic, spiritual, and mindful people who want to live and create resiliency and restorative embodiment. And I'm pleading the fifth because God just keeps telling me, Maria, and I say yes. And then there's Spirit, Source, Akash, and there's the enlightened ones who remind me, Maria, what are the frequencies? Love and fear. What are you? Good. Okay, what does the fear do? They still are our brothers and sisters. So let's leave them alone to have their glory and their pretend stories that make them feel like superheroes fighting supervillains. And, we're the stupid ones. So again, through daily mindfulness practices and mindset skills and the inner growth mindset, we get to grow equanimity right here, calm, centered, and discerning. And when I'm not, I try even more with ease, not hard. It's not hard. I love it. I love when I get those opportunities. I don't have many of them, which is okay because I'm actually really happy with my life. That's what happens when you do choose your herd. Healthy self-regulation. Yes, we anchor in ventral energy. So anybody who doesn't like the gooiness, like, yeah, except for the ones that I'm not decent enough to be deluded. And it's like, wow, really? I thought I'd be done with children by the time I got older. No, insecure human beings, because as a teenager, I didn't give anybody the light of day. And I'm a grown-up. I just thought grown-ups would be mature. This dude wasn't happy that I didn't want to be his friend. And I'm thinking, why would you bother? You have a wife. Why are you out? Why are you actually harassing me? And there's the answer. What is it, Stephen Porges? Biologically rude people don't realize what they're doing. What is it, Pat Ogden? Trauma time. What is it, Terry Real? Unfinished business. So, with that being said, that's not a person I need to say anything to. I'm not a martyr, superior, or a blamer. I don't have insecurity. And I don't want to go and be like, this is how you have to live life, because God told me that's not my place. So again, equanimity, very straightforward for securely attached, non-traumatized, healthy self-worth men, women, and theys. Thanks to integration of the brain, we are present in the now, in the prefrontal cortex, which is why I'm curious, open, accepting, and loving, even when people interrupt me. And that's because, again, I'm not insecure. I know exactly where I learned things, who from, how I'm talking, and how I want to talk, above all. The 3-year-old, she's all here, which is why somebody correcting me is like, okay, look, thank you. And I will take that, and then I will run with it. And I will try to not use words that I don't know how to use. But I will not be probably looking up a dictionary. So imperfections is all over the place, okay? Differentiation of the self and discernment is what we have. And that's because, again, our child parts play just as much fun with all the others. And so with this, love is our lovely 5D collective who expand with ascension energies since we navigate the frequency of love. Those who navigate the frequency of fear are given the opportunity until they've wired themselves shut into their shame, blame, fault, revenge, because there's only so many times before your brain is actively using the imagination with the amygdala. Alert, alert, alert. So you can undo it, but you'd have to go to therapy. And that's what I've noticed people don't do once they're spiritual bypassers, or they're just people who are maladaptive patterns of behaviors, drinking, drugging, fucking, inner outer critic. Like, they become active donkeys. Their inconsistencies begin to become very clear, which is also why we're going to talk about that in the other episode. Love, on the other hand, is always supporting each other to fly, and love is always lifting each other up, because when we are down, we're going to say, hey, come up, and when we are up, we're going to say, hey, let's soar together. That's how love is. It's not a ball and a chain. No, see, emotionally immature, unavailable people who are insecure need Terry Real. Then they can become functional adults. And I talk about Terry Real because he works with couples. I'm a grown woman, so I'm talking, if you're a grown woman, man, or they, Terry Real is the person you want. You got any emotionally mature business, you go there. And he knows all about the inner child. So don't you worry about a thing, because he'll take care of it all. Whether it's man, woman, or they, he'll be like, okay, let's see, what's your 3-year-old up to? I love that man. I swear. He will take and make you accountable. He'll give your little child like 3 seconds to speak. And some people that are therapists, like he is, they don't do it the way he does. But that's why I like him, because he's a good man. Like a good woman and a good day, it's all emotionally mature, available people who do not do the, there's stereotypes, but they're gender. Yeah, no, that's all, again, for people who don't know what love is. love is always there. So again, love is a consistency because you show up today, tomorrow, after tomorrow. It's not boring, no. And when I hear anybody say secure attachment and healthy self-worth is boring, I don't do anything except for, what was it? Thank you, Jesus. The kingdom of God is within you. What was it, Sadhguru? The seed of enlightenment is there in every being. Thank you. What was it? Hippocrates or Hippocrates, however you pronounce that? The soul is the same in all living creatures, although the body is different for each body of each different. You got your body, I got mine. That's true. Stephen Porges confirms that. It's not the events that happen to you, it's your body. We can thank Maria's body, the embodied brain of Maria, because my twin and I, we have completely different personality patterns, temperament, and nervous systems. But we also have a little bit of a different stuff going on. So with that, be you, enlightenment, again, embodying pure consciousness and living flow state, it is available to all of those who pursue integration of the brain and restorative embodiment, who become their functional inner child adults. And as Michael Jordan points out, some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, others make it happen. Yes, we get to make it happen because, like lovely Pat Ogden, PhD, says, a non-traumatized person with a secure attachment has the capacity to regulate independently of relationships. Yes, we do. And so our soul comes through. And then, as Daniel J. Siegel, lovely Dr. Dan, mindfulness can help integrate the mind, body, and relationships, which can lead to well-being and so much more. So tune on in later if you want to hear a little bit more about empowered feminines, empowered masculines, empowered days, empowered story right here, and how love is a consistent high. And when we spot the BS, it's okay, because we won't shame those who were shamed as they were growing up, because that's a very sad story, which is why I feel bad. Again, not for the grown-up person who's a pause self, like my facade friend. I feel bad because the inner child is in hell and wants to come out and play, and I want them to be able and come out and play. That's why God keeps telling me that's none of my business, because it's a free will choice, although Robert Spolsky says they don't have free will, but Dr. Daniel Siegel says they do. I think that it's a little bit of this and that, and I will close on out with this. For better or for worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. Polyamory people love, and that's where polyfidelity also is something beautiful that we talked about. And monoamory people, well, let me just put it this way, they may read words like this and do it the very conventional, traditional way and think that they are actually integrity compared to a person like myself. In the meantime, I get to hear from people as they confess to a priest and or more that they love other, and that these people don't give them options, like 1, polyamory, or 2, hey, how about you don't get married at all and go to therapy. I must say that is very straightforward, and that movies actually don't educate anybody, but then again, they seem to want to copy it. So when someone says movie, why wouldn't you watch a scary or da-da-da? It's only fake. Why are you using movies to dictate your relationships? I don't understand. Where is this coming from? So here's why I don't usually handle people in any way, shape, or form the way that I'm sharing with you all, because they will say, find it hard to believe, the first season of life means shit, or neuroscience, ha 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 ha, of course Lucifer's real, that they don't know anything. And I'm like, okay, again, I'm the mystic. I'm also in the enlightenment soul age. Like, I have experiences that you completely deny just because I'm able to share with you with the fun bone that I have. It's not enough to ask people about a positive experience. It's about savoring that experience and getting them to stay with it. Bill O'Hanlon, LMFT. And also, lovely Sadhguru, every word you utter, every action you take, your very existence. Is it for everyone's well-being, or is it just about you? The adaptive child part, it's just about them. So these two examples, and wait, Sadhguru again, your contribution to the world is you. How you live, how joyful you are, everything has an impact. And as lovely Dr. Daniel Siegel shared with me spirituality, he found out it's a way of living with meaning and connection beyond the soul self. So when I shared with my attachment facade friend, the one that I make fun of and that I love to death, a lot of things, and he didn't tell me that he didn't believe in God or mysticism or anything, and I end up finding out at some point this shit. So the death do part isn't just romantic. Any person I share my time with, to me, you and I are building what is not only a relational field, it's a relationship. And so you're pretending, you're fake when you don't tell me how you think and feel. And you're also fake when you don't accept how I'm thinking and feeling. Those are the words that I'm using as Maria. So I don't need to actually do anything at my 45 years of age. I don't. And the attachment trauma educators confirm, pause self people talk over you. Period. 3D, 4D, gonna keep having a good time. They're gonna think they're empowered, and that's okay. In the meantime, what I can tell you is that those of us who remember all don't forget anything, and that's because I'm a human and you're a human too. So if you're talking over my fucking voice, I'm not gonna like it, nor are you. It's a pretty straightforward equation. My facade friend taught me what cowards do, which is being clowns. My attachment trauma educators taught me they're all fake people, but that they don't choose it. Biologically rude. I already learned how to forgive idiots because that was a long time ago. Today, what I can tell you is they're still bountiful of idiots because they will continue to watch movies and think that love is about drama, unrequited suffering, and all that other bullshit, which really makes me laugh in my butthole. No, not at all. Actually, I think, wow, stop wasting fucking time, which is why God chimes in every now and then to remind me, and I'm like, yep, no, don't worry, God, I'm busy, but I will share with the community. Stop wasting my fucking time is what an empowered feminine will be able to think, hear, and consistently do since I was a teenager. Again, I got lucky with my mom and my twin. I'm just saying, I'm a lucky human being. And when I see bullshit, I don't say anything because my facade friend taught me how it doesn't matter if I tell you you're bullshitting me in your face. You will still lack the capacity. What was it, Dr. Daniel Fox? Ah, yes. So people who lack self-awareness, they can't tell they got mustard on their fucking chin. I add the curse words, and I've noticed that, which is why people who still say, no, they hear you. No, they don't. They're just talking over you in the absence of, again, self-awareness, accountability, regulation. Nobody chose to have trauma. And as lovely Patrick Tian points out, to those who are healing, they're half safe. I don't need healing. They're not half safe. They got 5 plays. That's it. By the time you're done, I've seen you walk, I've seen you talk, now I know all of them. And they're not threatening because you're not a physical threat. It's unfortunate business for those who don't want to reclaim their inner world, but again, it's for me because I'm aware of the information, because I take it seriously. If they don't and they don't want it, this is the part. I can get all passionate as I want, like a fiery firefly or a fiery ant. Believe me when I share with you all, lovely whoever's still here, it is a sad day when you hear about how many human beings suffer inside. And every one of those first years of attachment trauma, I would cry. I would cry as I'm leaving these courses, and then I said I need to not go near people because I have no insecurity, and I don't want to be the cause for them to go and drink without them knowing anything. But still, I know that they're compartmentalizing, that shit will come up, that they won't welcome it, and then that, but again, the lovely somatic therapist teachers have taught every one of us who would be very much, oh my gosh, how do we help, don't worry, they said every single person's body. That's why the kingdom of God doesn't leave you. The seat of enlightenment doesn't leave you. It's called the restorative embodiment, though. It's called your body wants to be in its eustress. And so, again, the body and the brain, they are smart. It's the left mode, the idiot that talks over. No, it's not an idiot. It's that the talking created a conflict and whatnot. And then there's all these groups that people belong to. And then there's motivation. And there's more. So, again, I'm going to save that one for later. Meantime, thanks for stopping by. I look forward to seeing you. Like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy empowered, mystic woman chit-chat and just people chit-chat and mindfulness living and loving, and you don't have anything to say about people who don't want to heal trauma because it's not our business. But also you don't talk about Lucifer, evils, or demons in this way. We do believe in God, those of us who do, and we don't need a story to talk about people who navigate a low frequency. Because while God, I can also use Akash, source, I can use a lot of different, I can use dark matter, dark energy. They will always be the same. The only ones who refuse to know that unconditional love and intelligence, and really, again, this is that human evolution and consciousness as a mystic. I'm bringing the mystic Maria stuff to opposite frequencies. There has to be 2 opposite frequencies, because otherwise consciousness would be back to the one, which is why it's fascinating when I think of dark matter, dark energy from a sciences, without being a sciences lady. I'm like, wow, I can't wait to talk to good quantum physicist people who want to talk to a mystic person so that they can actually enlighten me, because I have no idea about math, and I'm sure they would be able to explain it to me. That's how a curious mind works, and that's why the empowered masculine mind has a good time. And the empowered feminine. So again, come on back if you want to hear some more about today's chit-chatting of love and empowered people. And like, share, and subscribe, and share the channel. It will help. Also, if you are into personal development, self-help, mindfulness practices, mindset skills, so you are ready for more resiliency in this restorative embodiment that you are either familiar or not with. I can explain more of it, but reach out. Video exercises, and that will be on our paid subscription-based model content, which is Spotify with video. Other audio podcasts will be no. And then we have fan base, and that's just once we get to a certain number, I'll roll out with some exercises like I used to do with the inner growth mindset exercises. I'll just be able to integrate some other stuff with this. The series, and probably revamp what I had for our blog. If any of you followed the blog, for one-to-one mentorship, you email me. For the masterclass, you sign up once we get to the number. Again, I haven't decided the number, but I'm gonna wait till we get to the number, and then I'll roll out with stuff. And obviously we're waiting for YouTube to be able to have tiers. That will be my one platform for sure. I like YouTube a lot, and that's because it works with us creators, and it just is really nice. I really enjoy it. I enjoy Spotify too, but again, they've done some stuff that's changed things for me as an audio podcaster. So long story short, though, we still have that, so subscribe to that one. Sometimes we have some different episodes, like the one that we talked about yesterday in 15 minutes on YouTube is live. It came out yesterday. So there's that, and that's it for now. Again, I'm going to be back in a little bit. Have a good one.